Hello everybody, it's Lazel here with another Magic the Gathering EDH deck tech. Today I'm talking about Kaalia of the Vast. She is a 4 mana 2/2 flying legendary creature human cleric, and when she attacks an opponent, you may put an angel, demon or dragon creature card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking that opponent. You want to bring out Kaalia as fast as possible, attack with her and bring out one of your game-ending threats. For example, Aurelia the War Leader. A 6 mana 3/4 flying vigilance haste, and whenever Aurelia the War Leader attacks for the first time each turn, untap all creatures you control. After this phase there is an additional combat phase. Sure, if you cheat out Aurelia with Kaalia, you won't get that on attack trigger from Aurelia because she's already entering tapped and attacking, but if you make it to your next turn you can profit from another combat phase and cheat out 2 creatures in one turn. Avacyn, Angel of Hope. 8 mana 8/8 flying vigilance indestructible, other permanents you control have indestructible. Avacyn is great because she brings inbuilt protection with her and is a threat on herself. Zephyros, Sky's Blade, 7 mana 7/7, and you may pay 1 white and tap 4 untapped creatures you control with flying rather than pay the spell's mana cost. She has flying and lifelink, and other creatures you control with flying have indestructible. Another great creature which is a little bit more on a budget to make Kaalia indestructible. Runescarred Demon, 7 mana 6/6 flying, and when it enters the battlefield, search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Not only do you bring out a 6/6 flying, you also tutor one more powerful creature card to your hand for the next attack or one of your protection spells. Villis, Broker of Blood, 8 mana 8/8 flying, and for 1 black and 2 life, target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Whenever you lose life, draw that many cards. Villis is an absolute powerhouse in this deck. You can cheat him out with Kaalia and keep a lot of mana available for his activated ability to draw a bunch of cards and deal with small creatures on the battlefield. Leesa, Forgotten Archangel, 5 mana 4/5 flying lifelink, and whenever another non-token creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. Leesa is maybe not the most powerful creature, but she gives you inbuilt protection from board wipes, so you get all of your big creatures to your hand if they get destroyed. I already have been talking a lot about inbuilt protection in this deck, because we really need it with Kaalia as she is such a big threat to everybody. So let's protect her even better. Teferi's Protection, 3 mana instant. Until your next turn, your life total can't change and you gain protection from everything. All permanents you control phase out and you exile Teferi's Protection. Swiftfoot Boots, 2 mana artifact equipment, equip creature as hexproof and haste, and equip 1. Im's Mischief, 2 mana instant, change the target of target spell with a single target. You lose life equal to that spell's mana value. Deflecting Sword, 3 mana instant. If you control a commander, you may cast a spell without paying its mana cost. You may choose new targets for target spell or ability. Lightning Greaves, 2 mana artifact. Equip creature as haste and shroud and equip for 0. Boros Charm, 2 mana instant, choose 1. Boros Charm deals 4 damage to target player or planeswalker. Permanents you control gain indestructible until end of turn, or target creature gains double strike until end of turn. Sure, you cannot only build a deck with top end creatures, so we also play creatures along the way, like Terror of the Peaks, 5 mana 5/4 flying, and spells your opponents cast, the target Terror of the Peaks costs an additional 3 life to cast. And whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. Drana and Linvala, 4 mana 3/4 flying vigilance. Activated abilities of creatures your opponents control can't be activated. Drana and Linvala has all activated abilities of all creatures your opponents control. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to activate those abilities. Bloodgift Demon, 5 mana 5/4 flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, target player draws a card and loses 1 life. Linvala, Keeper of Silence, 4 mana 3/4 flying. Activated abilities of creatures your opponents control can't be activated. Fire Main Commando, 4 mana 4/3 flying. Whenever you attack with 2 or more creatures, draw a card. Whenever another player attacks with 2 or more creatures, they draw a card if none of these creatures attacked you. Giada, Font of Hope, 2 mana 2/2 flying vigilance. Each other angel you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each angel you already control. You can tap her to add 1 white mana and spend this mana only to cast an angel spell. You want to win more? You get it. Master of Cruelties, 5 mana demon 1/4 first strike death touch. Master of Cruelty can only attack alone. Whenever Master of Cruelties attacks a player and isn't blocked, that player's life total becomes 1. Master of Cruelty assigns no combat damage this combat. Serra's Emissary, 7 mana 7/7 flying, and as Serra's Emissary enters the battlefield, choose a card type. You and creatures you control have protection from the chosen card type. Ishin, 2 Heavens as 1, 3 mana 3/4, and if a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, this ability triggers an additional time. Ancient Brass Dragon, 7 mana 7/6 flying. Whenever Ancient Brass Dragon deals combat damage to a player, roll a d20. When you do, put any number of target creature cards with total mana value X or less from graveyards onto the battlefield under your control, where X is the result. Ancient Copper Dragon, 6 mana 6/5 flying, and whenever Ancient Copper Dragon deals combat damage to a player, roll a d20. You may create a number of treasure tokens equal to the result. Ancient Gold Dragon, 7 mana 7/10 flying. Whenever Ancient Gold Dragon deals combat damage to a player, roll a d20. You create a number of 1/1 blue fairy dragon creature tokens with flying equal to the result. Alright guys, these were a few cards that I would play in Kaalia of the Vast. Let me know down in the comments below which cards you would add to the deck, which legendary creature I shall feature next, and then I would say, see you in the next video. Goodbye guys.